So it should return us true, right? Why it is returning us false? Hello my dear friends, my name is Samir. In today's video we are going to learn about array methods, and specifically array.every method in JavaScript. Before starting off this topic, I want to go into a little bit background about what these array methods are doing behind the scenes. Let's take an example of some array methods like the most popular one, map, filter, reduce, then array.sum, array.every. If you notice that behind the scenes, all of them are running for loop. Basically, most of the programming are based on for loop, but we don't simply write for loops each and everywhere because the code becomes messy. And on the production environment or in the real world, when you go to a job, you won't be writing for loop each and every time. So that is why we are using array.map or array.forEach. Now let's get into the topic. Okay, so array.every is a method in JavaScript which is running a for loop, which we already discussed, and the array method returns as a boolean value which would be true and false, only false. So this array methods, like I said, it will return true or false, but it will only return true all the elements in the array passes the condition. Say for example, if I write the array.every method and if I say the first name equals to Samir, okay, so first element would pass, but what about the second element, third and fourth element? It won't pass, right? Because the first name is not Samir in these three cases. But if I talk about the last name, okay, so we have a same last name in all the elements, so it would pass. And if it will find and if it's find any of the item is not satisfying the condition, let's say Khan, then it will return as false. Okay, so in case of sum, array.sum, it checks if at least one condition is passed, it will return as true. But in case of every, it is opposite, all the elements should pass the condition, then only it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Got it? Now let's write some code. I've already shown you some code. Let me pull this terminal little bit down. Okay, so I will write const first name Samir. So I'm checking all of the first names are Samir in the array. So that is my thought process behind this code. So I'll be writing names dot every, and I will pass in my callback function over here. I'll take item, which would be this item will be this whole object, right? And I will say that item dot first name equal say MWR. I have written this callback function, and let's print in the console, and it will return us false because only the first condition is not even the first condition. If I make it as uppercase, this first letter, then only this first condition will pass, otherwise it will fail. Okay, and I've already said you the output, so let me run this file and let's see what is the output. It should be false. Yes, it is false right now. And let's change the property of this element. So now we'll talk about the last name, and last name is SHAIKH. And if you see that every element in the array has the last name of Sheikh, so it should return us true, right? It is returning us false. SHAIKH. I think I have made some, oh yes, I have made a typo over here. SHAIKH. Yes, now it should return us true, 100%. Yes, now we are talking. So I should change the name as, I should also change the name, last name, okay. Now let's talk about some interesting fact about this array.every method. Okay, let me wrap it inside the curly braces, so we can write another statement. Okay, if you wrap your code inside the curly braces, you can write this more lines of code. So I'll be printing console.log index. And index over here, save. So now let me run this code and we will talk about it. Okay, I think I should wrap it inside the curly braces. Yes, now let's see. Okay, item.last name shake, so it should return as true, right? Why it is returning as false? I have no clue. Item.last name is shake. Console.log index is 0. What's happening? Console.log names.every item my index. Okay, I got it. We are not returning anything. Return. Okay, so return would be the boolean value, and if it finds the boolean, then only it will go ahead. Yes, so you guys see now over here, let me pull the terminal little bit up. Yeah, so first we are getting the 0th index, then it is running from 0 1 2 3, like it is covering all the elements. But in case of array.sum, if the condition passes, at least one condition passes, it will not go further, right? But in case of array.sum, if at least one condition is passes, it will stop the iteration there itself. But in this case, it will keep on checking for the name itself is indicating, like if it has to check in every element should pass the condition. And in array.sum, some element should pass, at least one element should pass, but here every element should pass the condition. So if every element passes the condition, then only it will return as true, otherwise it will return as false. So to see that, if I say that my first name is not Sheikh, my first name is Khan, and I'll save the file, so it will run only the first index. So if our code has failed in the first element itself, the condition has failed over here in the first, for example, our callback has returned false in the first condition itself, and because it finds the Khan instead of Sheikh, so it will return as false. Here we will here our code will not go further deep, because it has failed in first condition, and like I said, it should pass every condition. So here it is not passing in the first place itself, then it will not iterate further, it will stop the loop and it will return as false. Okay, so here I'm running the code, and see, here it is executed only the first element and not the whole array. So that is the case in array.every. It will check every method, every element should pass that specific condition which is given in the callback, otherwise it will simply return as false, and it will stop the iteration there itself, and it will iterate all the elements to ensure that every element passes the condition. Okay, So that was a key takeaway from this video. And I think that is pretty much it from this video. And if you like my content, please consider liking this video and sharing with your friends who are learning the same topic. And thanks for watching and have a nice day.